Vyakti Journey, a Vyakti Parivar Chit Chat, sharing from the heart that touches the heart.
Om Shanti. Good evening, Vyakti Parivar. Thank you, Bhumiji. I'm going to demonstrate to you the power of love. I'm going to focus and I'm going to use the power of love to make our dearest Mohini Didi appear. So just see what's going to happen and how with the power of love and the magic of love, we're going to see Mohini Didi appearing on the screen just like that. You see? Incredible. Good evening, Om Shanti Mohini Didi. I thought we should demonstrate the power of love. So I thought this will be maybe the way Baba, does it in the Sata region, right? He remembers us with love and we're here in the Sata region.
Right.
So you just appeared. So, every month, I think that it's beautiful, the way the topic comes up. And I don't know, maybe we can ask everyone if they agree with me, but I feel every month I feel like this is the best topic. All the topics are good, but this is the best. And then until the next month happens, and then we say, no, this one is the best now. So this topic of love and loveline, I'm sure everyone should say, yes, that is the, number one topic. And I had an amazing dream last night. And it rarely happens, but I saw many daddies and each one were demonstrating something beautiful. And when I saw Daddy Janki, she was so beautiful and she just did this to me, but not this. And I realized her finger is not you, but it's Baba, and when I was almost going to jump on her, arms, I was so happy to see Daddy. And I knew it was in a dream, but I said, I can hug you in my dream. And she just said, remember Baba. Don't hug me, just remember Baba. It's okay. And with Daddy G, it was, then I knew it was a dream because she was going to give me toli, but then she saw there was a little bit of wrapping left on the toli. And then she removed the wrapping. And she said, yeah, we should not give toli with wrapping because one day I was giving toli to police officers. I don't know where it comes from. And she said they didn't remove the wrapping. So many police officers were so intoxicated and they ate the toli with the wrapping paper and with the wrapping, the little plastic. And so she said very seriously, it was in the news the next day. And she said, but I thought it was funny. And then I saw you. That's why it's a long introduction, but I saw you, but there was also a sitar in the picture. And I thought, oh, I never saw a sitar. And then there was many scenes that would be long to explain the dream. But then when I was reflecting today on this power of love, I thought, this is what you're doing of love with the strings of power. And I looked and I saw that the sitar can have up to 21 strings. So at least we'll have 21 powers, if not 31. We'll see how many comes by the end of the month. So that was the vision. I don't go to Sata region. I only go to dreams. So they're not as accurate, but they're very sweet and very lovely. And so I really like this image of playing the sitar of love with the strings of power. So where are we? The power of love. I have one question for you, Mohini Didi. It's rare. I usually don't have questions, but today I have one. The relationship between this ability to love, because you said something that I really liked this week, and it said is to emerge Baba's love. And I really like that because last week I was asking you your recipe or your manual, how do you merge in Baba's love? And that really helped me a lot, not to just sit and try to merge, but first to emerge Baba's love. And I was wondering, why is it that maybe we don't express as much love amongst ourselves as we should? We're raised with the daddies, Daddy Janki and Daddy Kumarka in particular, hugging each other, calling. You remember when they used to read Murli and then they will call each other during Murli class. and Daddy, where are you? I miss you. And they were joking about, do we have attachment? We saw so many scenes of both of them reading the Murli together. And I was thinking, are we all like this, Brahmins? Do we talk to each other? Oh, sister, I was missing you. Where are you? I was thinking, are we having that much love for each other? And I was thinking, why are we not? Oh, wait, I was checking myself. And I was really wondering if there is sometimes a bit of selfishness, if this is what removes the power of love. If I feel a person doesn't give me what I want, then I don't give them love. So that would be selfish. So I was wondering if you can think with us of how to go from selfish love to selfless love. Or what is the impact of little selfishness? You mentioned this week, some people have a lot of wants. They want this, they want that, they think of this, they think of that. So that's selfishness. It's a long question, but then you can speak now for half an hour. It's a long question. But do you think that that selfishness sometimes stops us from being able to love because we want something?
I think one thing we should always remember, what I'm sharing with others is God's love. Always remember that. And when it is God's love, then there are no barriers, in the sense of, like, you will find that it's very natural to have love for every soul. I think so. Selfishness is when it's my love, whether I love you or not. I cannot love you because you hadn't been pleasant with me, or you defame me. I cannot love you. But we talked about Brahma Baba's tolerance. It was in Murli, but then his love for Baba. Like today, I had experience of, like, we hear so many points and we understand, but sometimes we are not able to do it in practical. Okay, I'm observer, right? I am observer of, like for me, it was like I'm observer looking at Baba's part and kind of, looking at observing Baba. And when I'm observing, then I'm finding that, as I mentioned, that Baba, when I'm doing Baba's task, Baba's service, or Baba's helper, so Baba is my companion. But what I observe, then the cooperation, which I will say he gives, but it comes to me. And then also proper directions, he becomes guide. Now, when I was observing, many don't observe, right? We say Sakshi stage. No, we say Sathi. No, it was in the slogan, Sathi and Sakshi. Same is with drama. We don't observe drama. We say it, but we don't observe. So then definitely when I observed this, because certain things I wanted to do and I didn't know. So I just felt that suddenly, like, right people and right offer came, and it just started happening. And then I felt that also future direction is becoming clear. So love emerged for Baba by observing his part in our lives. And I thought I will request everyone, be observer of Baba's part in your life. Even other time I will share more about observing drama. So really whole day I keep saying, Baba, I love you, and also thank you, because what I wanted to do was in my heart is happening now. So how Baba, when I am at service, is playing part in my life, I think very few realize that. So it's like, oh, I am making effort. Why this is not happening? That's not happening. But if it's Baba's service and I'm the instrument and I've said yes for some task, so he must As I said, if it's my effort, I have to have company of Baba. But if it's Baba's task, he's my companion, is guaranteed. So what I tell everyone, I'm telling, experiment like this and observe that how Baba, and then according to drama, persons emerge, scenes emerge, everything really becomes very beautiful. So your question about two things. One is if it's God's love, because there is purity in God's love, and its love is very unlimited. But also within brothers and sisters, because, or within sisters, we have some, uh, kind of way to meet and everything. I think that love can be experienced. Anyone who has love in the heart, we can experience from that, no? So if I keep saying, I miss you, I miss you, I don't know if that will suit me, because again, like Dadi Janki will show the finger up. So yes, Dadis had, they were masters, and so their expression for each other was different. But also we tell Dadis, no, Dadis, we love you, and dance with them, sing with them, right? But for ourselves, it's very spiritual, but it's very, very good feelings of closeness, and it's like you can just reach that person through the thoughts, asking questions, or having spiritual chit chat. So that's how it is.
Yeah, maybe we don't need to say, of course, I miss you, but I was meaning like to express, because when I observe, sometimes I see that, very quickly we become busy in service meetings, talking about very practical things. And very quickly, that quality of love can be on a second layer. And I know for me, my effort is to bring love on a first layer, to say first love, and then we talk about other things. And if that vibration of love is not there, I know it sometimes. And so my question is like, okay, we can think I'm sharing God's love, but what if, because maybe of karmic accounts or not being connected with Baba properly when we're in action, and we feel like in front of someone, the love doesn't come up, either my love or God's love or anyone's love doesn't come up. Which number do we dial? Who do we call? What do we do?
I know that, in meetings also, sharing can be on different level. And that is why every meeting I suggest you should start with Baba's remembrance and have a little spiritual chit chat. Where churning and sharing is from the heart, not from the intellect. So when we are discussing, it's not only in a very intellectual way, but it's in a very spiritual and loving way. I think that's what, as you're saying, should happen, right? That whatever we're doing, do it with love. Whatever we're doing, right? Whether it is service planning. And so I like this quality which you have, and I'm sure everyone is listening and will try to have more loveful meetings than just only intellectual meetings. But it's important, as you say.
I think you mentioned yesterday also how you mentioned a few times we should look at each other with the proper drishti and saying Om Shanti. And then Baba mentioned in the Murli this morning about you shouldn't use the Om Shanti. So he picked up on your thoughts. One thought that I really liked this week, also you mentioned, and you mentioned tonight, which is your request, that we observe how Baba is also playing his part in our life. And you said about Brahma Baba, if I recall properly, that he made effort to make Baba present in his life. Can you tell us more about how you saw him making effort, or how you see the way he brought God present in his life?
It was love, attention, like you could feel that he's introvert internally, even if he's talking with us, playing with us, but he's very connected with Baba, Shiv Baba. I think that is where, in his life, with whatever physical age he had, even he had few little problems, but he really lived a life spiritually well, physically well, constantly progress, even there were obstacles. And because of remembrance, because of this be with Baba, remember Baba. Whenever I looked at his face, I knew he's very engaged. You could see that it's with the breath, it is with the thought, it's with love. I think it's amazing to see how that companionship, something that whatever stage Baba had was because of Shiv Baba in his body. And Brahma Baba used to say, you think I claim status with that help? I claim status because I qualify for that, no? That means he also then remember what I have to become. So many times Baba will show intoxication of Sri Krishna. I will be born in next birth in this beautiful costume, and his happiness, cheerfulness, joyfulness, very light as he's dancing. He's not dancing, but his feet and everything is very light. We say angel, but also it's intoxication of what I am becoming. So I think we all should experiment with both things, what I am becoming and then what I will be. And then also it's Baba who is decorating me. It's Baba who has to use me as instrument. It's Baba who has to get, this beauty of purity, bring it in me. It's like deeply connected with that. Today I was thinking Baba gives us so many titles. Every time we read Murli, it's a big title. So even just to think that where is he taking us, what he wants us to be, so love, that's where love emerges, right? When we think about that, look at Baba, but there are some, somewhere they're not enthusiastic or disappointed because they are holding something. Like certain things happen in the life. Actually, that is why power to merge is very good. Okay, somebody said it, you are like this. So what I do? I start thinking I'm like that. No way. It's all right. That person thinks, but what do Baba think for me? For me, I always, since childhood, anyone will say something, I will say, no, this not right. This what you thinking is not what I am. I am what Baba thinks for me. And that was my mantra all the time on my spiritual journey. That is why criticism, comments, whatever people say, it never really deeply affected me because I all remember always what Baba thinks of me. Okay, how Baba looks at me. So it's like that deep within. I think Brahma Baba all the time is not what people saying, what people think of me, what society thinks of me. No, it's just what Baba is saying, his direction. So that connectedness with Shiv Baba and what he is making us, giving us, had lot of intoxication. That is why whenever there was no food or 20 Baba's children said we are leaving, he was not affected, right? Because inside the trust, Baba has created yagya, so Baba must take care of his children. And that was creating vibrations for something to come. But if it would have said nothing is happening, nothing would have come. We should learn from Baba how to generate everything, not by saying it's not happening, it's not this, it's not that. But it's Baba. See how Baba will do wonders. How Baba will do it. So nature is listening, souls are listening, and you will see how it start happening. I believe in this always, that always think auspicious, not only good, but auspicious. That means you are creating, invoking, it's happening. You know, that energy is very, very important. So yes, Brahma Baba all the time having these thoughts of what Shiva Baba is making us, what Shiva Baba is giving us, Shiva Baba's yagya, this body is Shiva Baba's chariot. Such beautiful thoughts, right? And that
And
keeps us all.
when we are
Yeah.
watching Brahma Baba's life, and you've been sharing so many aspects of his life in the past few months, do you find this is also your personal experience, that you are seeing that transformation in you also, to the point where, you know, your remembrance is, I feel sometimes it's not effort. I don't, you know, we didn't see Brahma Baba's transformation. We heard about his perfect form, but we're watching the Didi's transformation and the senior's transformation. And it seems to me that remembrance for you is not an effort anymore, but it becomes a reward. It becomes a gift. It becomes a blessing. It becomes a pull. Is remembrance changing from effort to something else in your life?
No, what happens in the morning when we wake up with Baba's pure thoughts, sit in remembrance, few good thoughts come in the mind, but also read Murli. We take some point from there. And then kind of internally whole day, some point emerges, other emerge. Or you want to practice like I'm doing homework, I like it very much. So then deeper churning happens, and then you start seeing Baba's presence more and start seeing how drama, everything is being created by Baba. You know, so I think it's not laboring, but effort is always there, right? I mean, I'm not struggling or laboring to remember, but I'm just taking right method in the morning. When I wake up, I say good morning, and I feel whatever time I wake up, sometimes 2, sometimes 2:30, I just sit with Baba in silence, and suddenly like some thoughts come of love for Baba. But from Murli also, I take some thoughts, and then whole day paying attention, or as I said, being observer. You know, I really enjoyed today, and I said from tomorrow I will do more observe, you know. So, and then when I am observing, he will become companion to know Sati also. But what I'm saying, effort has to be there. No, one time Baba said that as you are breathing, can't live without breathing, and you can't be without efforts. Yeah, but breathing is not struggle all the time unless there are heart problems, right? So if there is any problem, then otherwise efforts is the natural, should become natural. That's why Amrit Vela, reading Murli, possibly I read on my, but reading to others, you know, it's really something, and that has gone in the self. So they emerge some points, or I say, like, you know, I when I read blessing, it's something very powerful about sorrow. You know, if you are in the land of sorrow, but think of your self sovereignty in the land of happiness. It's really such a good way, you know. And if we start practicing few hours a day, you could feel it. You can experience Baba's blessings on you. So this much effort is necessary.
Yeah, efforts will be there until the end. But I remember one day when, you know, I think I may have shared that with you already, but when Baba said, if you want to have a meaningful conversation with someone, ask them what efforts they're making, and this will trigger a good conversation. So I was like maybe 2 years in Gyan, my first or second visit maybe in Madhuban, and waiting for going into Daddy Janki's room in Pandabhavan. There were 2 other daddies, I can't remember, they were on a swing. And I thought I will be clever and I will ask them, so daddies, what efforts are you making? And they both started laughing and says, we don't make effort anymore. Our life is blissful. And I thought, oh, maybe I wrong question. Because they were so joyful. They say, oh no, we're not making efforts anymore. So I thought, oh, maybe I didn't read Merely properly. But they were so blissful, that they did look like they don't need to make effort. So efforts, yeah, will be there until the end. But I was wondering if the accumulation of karma based on remembrance is also creating a reward in our Brahmin life, where at some point there's a kind of consequence of all the karma that we have performed in Baba's remembrance and with love. And that starts to become a pull, almost as strong as the effort we made to be in Baba's remembrance. I was wondering if for you, sometimes, yes, Baba is already so present, you made Baba present in your life. And yes, you do the accurate routine and practice and efforts, but there must be also some kind of pull happening to you that you feel this is just Baba pulling you because of the past karma. Is it possible?
Yeah. But what else will pull? No? Yes, elevate. See, once you had been obedient, it required some renunciation, sometimes sacrifice, sometimes even lot of work. Because all that becomes your credits, no, in the sense of, as you said, accumulation of elevated actions. Because whole day we do good actions, right actions, karma yoga, or even if you are on job, what you're doing job for. So we know that our life is for this. But then, no, Dadi Janki said, if a surgeon gets a complicated case and he just say, I can't deal with it, rather he said, that's the time for me now, not only to make money, but also to become, so he do that surgery and he's successful. So whenever there is any situation or someone really needs help, so Mansa Seva or through conversation, you have been able to help that soul. So Baba looks at us, no? So not only Baba, but the blessings of those souls also definitely help us to be pulled by Baba and of course towards our stage of moving forward, becoming perfect also. Right?
Thank you. So I think we'll be observing, more starting now,
Yeah.
and we'll be paying attention to, those, elements that maybe we're not watching properly. So thank you for the reminder of being more observant of, our own efforts, Baba's presence in our life, and how drama really, is there and acts. So thank you. It would be lovely. We'll do that. And I'll pay more attention to the homework, promise. At the moment, I was pulled a little bit by tennis, holidays, nice weather. There's still a few little pulls, but I try to make deals with Baba, to say, can you let me play
No,
tennis for an hour?
yeah.
And then I'll do something else.
Baba and Dadis also enjoyed nature and food and company. So there is no harm in that, but just keep Baba with you.
Yeah, I play with him. He comes, he's my tennis coach sometimes, and it's very, very good. All
Okay,
right. Thank you, Mohini Didi. Sweet,
Thank
sweet
you. Thank
dreams.
you.